Hey guys, Yampa here playing Saroon. I am very curious to see what happens.
Werger here, playing Circalis. Glad to be back.
And we got Drax playing as Serene, and I'm curious to see how this goes down with the whole political situation gonna be popping up.
Yep. Yes, it will. We're gonna go to Bert.
Hey, I'm Bert. I'll be playing Sir Cormac. And yeah,
That's it.
that's all I got.
Sad man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depression.
Is it a feels bad man moment? That's okay. All right, and just modifying some camera fixie stuff real quick.
Meanwhile, I am Trent playing Sir Gwydir, and as far as my character is concerned, there is no political situation.
Head in the sand. I love it. All right, so we're gonna get some music going here. We're gonna go with the Anarchy sound of just slow, crappy music. One sec. Slow background noise sound. There we go. It's
Just
actually
the sound of depression.
yes. That should work anytime now. We're gonna quickly resolve a couple of things. We're gonna check in with Bert as I pull up the Ironsworn and Oracle tables. Bert, my friend,
Yeah.
why don't you roll me your passion for our dear belate Winter Prince?
I got two of them.
Love
I'll go.
the higher one.
I'll go ahead and roll my love for Finnegan.
Yeah. Okay. That's not bad. That's melancholy.
Okay. So upon waking up, finally, I got melancholic.
You did, but you woke probably like a week. How many points below? What was your health?
I dropped. I was at 5
5 health.
out of 36.
And what's your unconscious number?
9.
And what's your healing rate? 3.
Yeah.
Okay. When you enter melancholy, of course, you get 25 glory. And then we're gonna just let me pull up this table here. Top of 25 glory. I will get you to roll a d6, and we'll add 5 to it.
All right. Let's see what this gets me. An 11.
11 days you'll be in melancholy. I'm going to see how long it took you to get back and such. Probably a month has passed, realistically. So at 2 healing rates back, so that would have been 1 day plus 7. On the 8th day, you would have awoken probably in a wagon being hauled back to your lands. And you would have heard the news that both Nanteleod and Finnegan are gone. Do you remember having a dream before you woke of an eagle? You saw it take flight, and as it circled over the valley that you were in, there was a sense of familiarity to it. It reminded you of Finnegan for some reason. So when you awake to hear the news that he's passed, which they probably keep from you until, like, you're most of the way back home, just to let you rest, make sure that you don't aggravate your wounds and end up dead. You get home, and while we're doing this little tiny side scene, I'll get you to roll a d10 for me.
All right.
Let me know when you roll it.
1.
1, okay. As interrupt. Give me an intrigue test. You are in melancholy for this side scene, so intrigue -5. You'll be out of melancholy by the time the boys meet if you're meeting up with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
I succeed.
with the -5. So you hear not only that Nanteleod passed, that Finnegan passed. The Saxons have taken Finnegan's heraldry. They've adopted it. The White Dragon is their own. You hear closer to home that there are all sorts of uprisings. There is a literal civil war happening over in Loxlands, in the Irish lands. I guess your homeland, right? Estergales?
Yep.
Yeah, so in Estergales, there's a civil war. Someone's contesting Locke's rule over there. Sounds familial. Pretender of sorts. There are mountain groups uprising. The king of Powys and his son were killed on a roadside traveling. There is some sort of invasion happening up in Norgales. What else? There was one more thing I was going to mention. Oh, closer to home. That's what it is. Closer to home, there is two kind of factions brewing for a contest here for Escavalon. And with your past intrigue, I think you learn that roll 2d100 because you got to interrupt here. We'll see what happens.
It didn't take. All right, then. Let's see what happens. 92 and 33.
Okay. You learn. You're. Who would have moved to distract you? You know what? You don't really trust the Archbishop, right? Very much?
Not really.
Okay, I want you to make a trusting or suspicious roll.
Depends on if it is the Archbishop coming to me or someone else.
It is the Archbishop's
All right.
men.
I am going to start with suspicious.
Okay. Okay,
That's
fair enough.
Success.
So he asks you to you get a formal request to rejoin the King's Guard as captain from the Archbishop.
So what I'm going to do, I think being melancholic, being wounded, and everything like that, I think... Actually, I need to make a quick check to see if this is something that Cormac would actually do. Oh, neither one of them.
Torn.
Yeah.
Torn
would
doesn't
Jesus
mean you
want?
wouldn't. And because neither's super high, I think it might
Yeah.
be reasonable to suggest whatever your instinct was could happen.
So, Cormac is going to play up his injuries as though he is not fit for
Okay.
service anymore.
Good stuff. A week later, you're starting to come out of your melancholy. You've got now, that would be four healing rates back. For everyone else, it's an extra 1 week of healing rates from what you got last time.
All right.
So with your 4 healing rates back, you receive I believe the invitations from Collis, yes?
Yes.
To meet. And where were you guys meeting? Did we figure that out?
I thought it was going to be Hereford.
Hereford?
Yeah.
That'll do.
Okay. You made some really good friends there last time. Oh, it's Sir Nud's land. Okay, checking in real quick. Cormac, are you planning? No, I'll get to that in a minute. Figure out if you're going or not. But think about it. You receive an invitation. Sounds a little clandestine. Oh, you know what? We'll give you one more thing. You passed intrigue. You opted not to go to the Archbishop. You learn that there are 2 contestants for the crown right now of Escavalon. And that isn't the crown of everything Nanteleod worked for. That's literally the tiny kingdom of Escavalon again. because the rest of Nanteleod's one empire is starting to fold in on itself a bit.
Yeah.
One is Elaine, but people question whether it's actually Elaine or it's the Archbishop making a ploy, because Elaine hasn't been cited much. You're learning this because you're pretty close. Your land's pretty close to Carline proper. The other one is Kedrick, who is declared the last heir of, or the heir of the last tribal leader of the Ciliers tribe, the people that ran this land before Vortimer gave it to Vortigern. Before Vortigern took it for himself and gave it to his son, basically.
Okay.
And he's holed up in Cardiff, from the sounds of it.
Which is even closer to my lands.
Yeah. So you'd be aware of both of that, and you've got an invitation from Cullis. What did you mention in the invitation? Just because Bert missed last session, do you recall like what the high points were?
Pretty much the summary of it was, hey, all the sorts of Nanteleod, we need to preferably all be on the same side, so we should all gather together, just us and maybe our squires, and talk about, hey, what should the path forward be?
Yeah, there was a sense, I think, if I remember correctly, you had established too that there was strength in numbers, so to speak, like a lot of you being landholders and such, and or powerful figures, high glory figures. There was some value in that as well. Bart, you can sit on whether or not you'll be joining. I'll be asking everyone in a second. I'm gonna go to Drax because his situation's a slight bit more complicated, and I'm gonna make it a slight bit more complicated for the player on top of that. So you have a choice here. You can go see Leodegrance first, but given the lack of safe roads and travel and everything else right now, you could be late down to the Hereford. Or you could go find out what's happening in the Hereford and then go see Leodegrance. If you go to Leodegrance first, there will be an oracle roll as well as some hunting rolls to see if you make it back in time for the...
Yeah, he really has to. It's not really much of an option. He's a knight in service as well as a religious knight, and he's currently the only knight that's maintaining that castle specifically that he was assigned to.
Okay.
As Castellan, so
understood.
duty first.
Okay,
Yep.
so we'll do that. We'll do that briefly, and then we'll dive into the big player scene. So you get to Carohag, and you find the Leodegrance, who I should have at this point be bald and look like the guy from... Hold on, I got it. Hold on. I totally got it.
He's got this.
Yeah. Where is it? Come on. What? I'm disappointed. I won't waste long, I promise. But I really wanted to show it off. Should have been a pocket pick, man. It should have been easy. Okay, anyways. Apparently, I've deleted my Sir Patrick Stewart Leodegrance actual photo from Excalibur.
Embarrassing.
No.
I know, that I used for the So You Like Excalibur video. So, Leodegrance, he has shaved his head at this point because of his advanced balding. Looks a little bit older. Definitely it's like he aged 3 years just from the last time you saw him before the battle. So he looks fraught, and he looks to you. I imagine you've come here for a reason.
Yes, my king, I seek your advice and insight on a situation pertaining to Escavalon.
The succession crisis.
Yes.
I did warn
I
Nanteleod about this several times. He sounds frustrated. What advice might I offer you? What advice do you seek?
I seek guidance in what you think the best path forward would be, given the situation that's developing over there. Where do your loyalties lie in such a situation, my king? I have comrades there that are seek assistance.
Camliard was never truly a vassal to Escavalon. Not in the sense of some of the other lands. We were not asked to pay tribute. Nanteleod and I were friends. It is not my war to fight. It's not my people's war to fight. We have trouble above us and trouble in the mountains, as I'm sure you're aware. But you have lands in Escavalon, and you swore to the previous king.
I did, my king. I do, however, also have some family left up north as well. I have not heard anything from them yet.
From what information I have, they're under great threat. A king has made himself known from the perilous forest. King Rains. He has taken Pace and Wilderspool, and he sieges the city of legions.
Rain seems a bit concerned about that. He tries to keep a straight face, a neutral expression, but he can't. But he speaks up. What are your plans for the castle that I had been assigned to, given the situation with the mountains?
It must be looked after and garrisoned, but you have served me well, Sir Rain, despite your loyalties elsewhere. I can spare a knight of mine to act in your stead. An interim. If it allows you to address matters of family and home.
I greatly appreciate that, my king. I will leave any of my personal guard there as well. I will travel alone.
Take whatever you deem necessary. I would rather you return.
Do not wish to perhaps speak too hastily, but I would like to put forth that my squire is more than ready for knighthood as well. I do not wish to risk him on such a personal matter as well. I think he's better suited here.
Very well. Is your squire with you at the moment?
He probably would be, yeah, because he's such a tie to Leda Grants directly and all. So
You can tell with the look in Leo Grant's eyes. He says, Leontis, please step forward. Leontis is 20 now, is that? Drax? I don't know why I said
yeah, he'll be 21. Yep, as soon as the winter's done.
Yeah. With that, we see Leo de Grant go through the words, the oath. It's a montage. It's not to bore and recite lines for NPCs every time. In the end, Leo de Grant strikes him And he says, let that be the last strike that goes without retribution. As a knight of Carline, or not Carline, as a knight of Camliard, I will ask you to take Sir Rain's spot in the keep until he returns. Leontis looks super pleased but shocked, and then he looks to Rain and does the shoulder clasp thing and says, return home, friend. I wish you the best, and I would go with you if I could.
I know you would. But you've saved my life once before. And I'm sure, tables were turned, I would do the same to you. You served me well. Now you'll serve the king just as well, if not better.
Leo de Grants will
And-
assign you another squire. Will be
Okay.
age 15.
Okay.
Sir Call.
Okay.
Of a neighboring region. So neighboring is Logres Midlands. Lozenip. Okay. Lozenip's a little bit further. It's way over here. But nevertheless, seem to have your new squire.
Rain would look back to his king and bow. If there's nothing else, my king, I'll take my leave. I'm going to have to ride hard to make the meeting that I have.
He nods. Ride hard, friend.
Yeah. He bows
that-
again.
what
Looks
is
to
you-
Leontis and then departs quickly.
Yeah. You haven't sworn, outside of your duty to the tower, you haven't sworn homage to Leo de Grants.
He did not have homage to any of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said loyalty.
And his loyalty to Leo de Grants, or was it to Nanteleod?
It was originally to Nanteleod.
Okay. Roll 2d6 plus 8. I'm going to give you a slight bonus because you've been playing it up. Okay, 13, and then 13 in ticket. That is your loyalty to Leo de Grants. Okay.
Do you want me to remove the one that I had before?
Yeah. It's going.
Okay. All good. Alrighty.
But the Swords of Nanteleod can remain. Okay, so you went there. So now we're going to test to see if you make it in time. Give me a d10 roll and see if there's any interrupts.
2.
There is not, but there is something added to it. So roll me 2d100. So this will be when you
5
arrive.
and 21.
As you are riding, we'll give you a hunting roll.
Okay. Nope.
Welcome to being
Forest.
lost. Okay,
It
roll
happens
me.
a lot with this.
Okay, so on your way, as noted, the forests are always strange. You find yourself on a trail unfamiliar, and you find yourself in front of a number of brigands, for lack of a better thing. They look a little different. They look like they are loggers here, but they are demanding a toll. You want to pass, it will cost you.
Name your price.
Why don't you give me whatever you want to test for how intimidating you are. It can be one of your weapon, like it can be a weapon skill or your strength or your size.
Oh, definitely his sword then,
Okay.
because he's 22 sword. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That was low. We'll see what they think.
It was very low. Yeah.
About as low as it gets.
They fail. Okay. So
Cool.
they're like, how poor are you?
He's not like rich or anything. Let me see
Do you
what
dress richly? Do you dress poorly? Are you riding a nice
it's
charger?
normal.
All
No,
normal.
he's
Okay.
got pretty much normal. He's a normal looking
Okay.
knight.
So they don't want conflict. They want money. So they're gonna say 1 librum.
He
That's a
hesitates a
lot.
little bit. Yeah, but he kind of hesitates a bit, but then almost begrudgingly takes and just offers him one up.
There are
Hand
like
rests on his
15 of
sword.
them too, by the way. This isn't 1 or 2. That's what they're dealing
They
with.
ain't getting 15. I'm pretty sure.
No,
They'll take what I
there
fucking
are
give 'em.
15 people. Not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. So you
So what's
give
the
them.
total at 1 librum each or what?
No, 1 librum.
Oh, just one? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say they ain't getting 15.
No, they're guessing that you're just a normal knight, and so they're trying to give you a reasonable thing that won't lead to a battle. A reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, literally the only thing that stands out from that would be the wolf cloak that I have, that I made myself. So.
Do you want to give them that as the means?
Oh hell no. No.
Okay.
You can take the librum. Just make a note of that, just to keep everything fair, because like he's normal with everything, like his equipment and everything, but
Yeah.
he does stand out because of the cloak.
You know what? With the cloak, they're gonna say 2 librum, not 1.
Okay.
Owned.
And same thing. So it's take and he'll do it, and then he
Okay.
goes. He doesn't have the time to waste on this.
All right. Yep.
He can make the money back.
From earlier, tick loyalty lord.
Okay.
If you didn't already, and then from that,
Yeah.
we'll tick merciful.
Okay. Merciful for them. Yeah. That's fair.
Merciful and prudent.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. He leans that way already, anyways, so that's good.
All right. And then we will get a check-in from everybody else to see who is traveling to this meeting in Hereford. Yampa, are you?
I am, and I'm only traveling with my squire. I'm leaving all the fighting men back in Brecken.
Okay. What about you, Wergar?
Yes, where Sarkalis is definitely going.
Okay.
That's his thing.
Just verifying. Player agency. He could have booked something that showed. You never know.
Could have tricked us. Yeah.
Yeah. He gets there. He's friggin' got Kedrick there. You're like,
Wouldn't
"Duh."
surprise me. Fucking guy.
We will check in with Bert. Is Cormac going?
So, I've got a love of the Swords of Nanteleod at 20. So, I am going to make my way there. But
Yep.
again, I'm playing up the injured aspect. So, I'm not traveling like in knightly garb or anything like that. I'm looking like just some peasant, normal clothes, like a dagger and a walking staff and like a traveling cloak, and that's it.
Yeah. Your health is back to the point where you're half, so you're not suffering penalties from travel.
As of this point, I am.
This will be like week 5, so you can add another healing rate back.
Okay. Then that takes me up over.
Okay, perfect. Because yeah, you don't want to be walking if otherwise.
But I leave with enough time to get there by walking.
Yep. And we'll check in with Trent too. What about you?
Yeah, for sure I'm going. I might even go Cormac down my way, right? Depending on when the thing arrived, what I've seen Cormac, I know that Cormac's been in trouble. I think it's probably reasonable to assume that Gwydir would have gone and said hi to him at some point, so maybe we can travel together.
He's traveling not by horse though, so I'm not sure if that's going to suit you well.
I'll still ride my horse, but I can just walk on my horse next to him.
Yeah, okay.
This fucking guy.
And that's okay. So we will get, because Cormac and Gwydir are traveling together, and I need one of you to roll a d10 to see if you run into any trouble. Wergar,
You go.
can you roll a 10?
You want
Yampa,
me
roll
to?
a 10.
Yeah, you go.
Oh.
2d100 for Collis.
10.
No trouble for Cormac and Gwydir. 2d100 for Rune.
Nice change.
Look,
Yeah, it is.
Gwydir, I'm injured. I can't move fast. I can barely stand up straight anymore.
You'll be fine.
My leg doesn't even bend anymore. I have to drag it.
Should have ridden a horse then.
I can't.
Hire the driver.
I don't like your attitude. Get up, you slug.
Okay. What, funny enough, the way these are all shaping up, these paths for both Collis and actually for all of you are, I'm going to get Wergar and Yampa if you both can roll your most famous combat skill or size or strength.
Ooh.
What are you guys doing?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Rune, how did you travel, my friend? Who are you traveling with?
I'm just traveling with my squire, and I am dressed
Okay.
richly, even though he's famously modest.
A number of bandits, woodsmen of the sort, they are demanding a ransom of a total of 5 librum to pass.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Okay. At the 5 librum, and you can head to Hereford. One thing that's nice is this is more like city tolls. They've really done a good job on these paths. I think we cut over to Gwydir and Cormac, who observe how easy it is to travel on these paths, but they don't run into anyone. And then we cut back to Rune getting the shakedown.
It's getting big.
Wergar, similar situation to Rains, not runes. They aren't able to observe whether or not you look like a foreign dignitary, I think, to them from where you're riding from. So they will demand 1 librum for toll.
How many of them are there?
Let me just check. 13. These are like
You can
commoners.
They'll just ride. They'll just charge his horse through them.
Okay. Do you have your squire with you?
Yes.
Okay, give me a horsemanship roll for you and a squire test for your squire. You ride through successfully.
Or and then
Okay.
I have
And-
my other squire as well.
Oh no. They managed to take down one of your squires and hold him ransom. Are you gonna leave him?
Just how heartless are you?
If I remember, he was
did
pretty
look
heartless.
Pretty heartless.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't this the squire that actually saved you? As opposed to the other guy who made it that fumbled that first aid roll a couple of times?
Hollis is actually he's not very 16 cruel,
Famously cruel.
but he's close to it.
Oh, you're not famously cruel. Okay. Do you want to test?
Close to it. Yeah, no, I'll test.
Do you want to become famously cruel?
There we go. All right.
That's how we become famously cruel.
Charles will just wave his hand.
Okay.
Ransom him if you want. His family will ransom him, and he'll continue trotting on.
Okay. It's what squire was that? What was his name?
That was Tremoric.
Yeah, is it like we see on the screen? It's like Tremor will remember this. As
Wow.
yeah, good stuff. Because just make a note in your sheet that he's absent for now, and you carry on. And because I do want to make sure we get to this scene in the Hereford, everyone will be in attendance. The last time you guys traveled to Hereford, at least for more than a stop on the road, it was to chase down the one that kicked the snot out of Sir Kedrick. Actually,
That's right.
Sir Nud, who was then promptly... He did not want the king's justice. Collis offered him a duel in place of it, and then killed him.
Got him.
Indeed.
Nailed it.
And it's probably not a surprise then that this is the place that Collis chose as the gathering spot. So it's central, yeah. But yeah, it's central. It's a town without really any lordship over it at the moment. as y'all arrive in. We'll assume. Here, we'll do it this way.
Do it.
I rolled perfect. That's exactly okay. Let's see for. So yeah, Gwydir and Cormac are the first to arrive in, which is funny, but they didn't have any hassle on the road and they had a nice clear path to Hereford. Followed by, funny enough, followed by Rain, and then Collis, and then Rune. And I think at this point, I'm going to kick it over to Collis unless someone has any other idea about how to make this go down. I think this is predominantly just the PCs. You all would note that Collis is without one of his squires, and it seems that Rain has a new one.
Sir Carlos will rein his horse in. And then look at everybody. So we were all able to make it. That's great. And he'll actually dismount. Please, join me.
I would never turn down an invitation from any of you. Even in my battered state, I'd make it here in my fastest I could. And
Look, you're
Cormac
not that battered.
is
He's just talking it up.
like dragging his leg, hunched over, like looking pretty bad in his traveling garb.
He's fine. Don't worry about him. He's just taking too many pointers from Jesus, who's always banging on about how much he sacrifices. He just got speared once and tied up to a cross. You're fine. Cormac's fine. I'm fine. What are we here for?
Isn't
You
it
know
obvious?
what's happening.
Oh, it's not obvious. I thought.
We all know that there are factions within Escavalon. I don't know anyone's allegiance, but I think it would be better for us that we band together, because one by one we could be picked off. However, if we band
You mean-
together, we are influential.
I don't mean to interrupt, except that I do, of course. I don't. What do you mean you don't know anybody's allegiance?
Exactly what I mean. What do you think is going on, Sir Gwydir? Civil war is on the horizon for Escavalon.
Look, only if people make stupid decisions. Listen, Nanteleod had a son. The king inherits the kingdom. It's the simplest thing in the world. This is what Dubricus was saying as well. What is going wrong with you people?
Sir Elaine is Nanteleod's child. He is bastard born at best. He cannot inherit the throne.
Sure,
I
he
not
can.
right,
Who
friends?
cares
Am
what
I
the
not right?
Christians... Who cares what the Christians have to say? It doesn't matter which woman bore the boy from her loins. It's the king's son. It's simple. Listen, what is our name? Swords of fucking whom?
He's dead.
So
It's not Swords of Nanteleod's bloodline, it's Swords of Nanteleod. And now that he's dead,
it's not fucking Swords of Kedrick. I'll tell you that much.
and why
What
not?
proof do we have that Elaine's claim is true? That's just a rumor that has been passed in feast gossip that he's one of his kids.
The king said it himself. He would not lie.
He lied to us many times before.
No, he withheld some truths, but he didn't lie. He never told us something that was false.
Oh, really? He lied to us at the Battle of Bath?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I mean. King Nanteleod knew that we were outnumbered, and he still sent us there. For what reason?
No, he didn't. No, listen, the whole thing was a schmozzle. That fancy lad with the hair was off riding up to the north to take a bridge. He had no. Listen, it was chaos in there. He didn't listen. He didn't lie. He was just misled himself. He didn't understand. Look, we're getting into the weeds about this. I'm supporting Elaine. It's simple. I don't understand what there is to talk about. It's.
Mr. Gwydir, he has no birthright. You won't have any support for him.
He'll have my support. He has the
Fair.
Archbishop. He has the army of Escavalon. He has my army. He has whoever Dubricus manages to round up. And he should have your support, Collis. You swore an oath to him, and that extends to his kin.
I see no mother. The father is dead. There is no one that can confirm this. The only person that is pushing this is that Archbishop.
And me. Which is not something I thought that I would be saying, allying myself with him in this regard, but... Look, I don't care about the Archbishop particularly, apart from him being a massive thorn in my side and that of the king, but... He's
With
doing
the-
the right thing. Kedrick is just a man. He's a steward. He has no claim. He's a usurper
the-
at best. What?
Have you spoken to Elaine?
Yes.
You have spoken to Elaine.
Yes, he was bedridden, and I swore my allegiance to him, of course. He needs all the help he can get. He's wounded.
So am I. And yet I stand. So am I, and yet I speak. Did you actually speak with Elaine? Or did you speak with the Archbishop?
The Archbishop tried to
Because
cut me off.
aside
We
from
had some
you-
words, and then I spoke to Elaine.
Very few people have seen Elaine at all.
So what?
He's also spent most of these years out in Summerland with the deceased.
Building alliances with King Cadwy, who is a powerful ally to our south, and is a roadblock between us and the Cornish, if nothing else.
We don't even know if he is half the man that Nanteleod was, if he is his son.
Oh, don't be stupid. You've met Elaine. We rode with him, we fought with him. You know what kind of man he's. I don't understand what you want to side with Kedrick?
I want to see my family safe.
Then
I want to
unify
be on the side
Escavalon.
that wins.
Stability.
And Sir Kedrick seems like he'll have the most support.
What are you talking about? He's just a guy, just on the council.
My
What
brother
better
has
support
sided
is
with
there
Kendrick.
than being the king's son?
But he is wise, though.
I don't know about that one.
He's a weasel.
He has made enough alliances to put himself on the throne, or at least to contend for it. That says
You don't-
something about him.
You don't think Dubricus, at least as weaselly as Kidrick and perhaps more, has done the exact same thing?
With a very weak hook of a contender, he has put Elaine. Not that I dislike Elaine, but he shouldn't take the throne.
Why not?
Can you give me any proof that he is actually King Nanteleod's son?
Nanteleod said so.
I did not
And
hear
he
this.
is-
Did anyone
where's
else
the
hear
evidence?
this?
Where's the evidence? We can't just gallivant
Where is any
around
evidence
saying-
that somebody fucked a woman?
He never claimed him as his son in public.
He's dead and he couldn't.
Exactly.
He could have before then.
So any
Well, he
detractor of
didn't.
Elaine will say the same thing.
Listen, this is all getting very silly and borderline treasonous, if I'm frank.
I never saw anything to Elaine. There's no treason on my side.
Then, Gwydir, it's good that you're not Frank. You're Gwydir.
Well-
Let us stop for a moment
I'm going to go outside.
break
This is
bread.
ridiculous.
and drink. Tempers have flared. Allow us to spend some time in fellowship before we speak on this again.
For old time's sake, at least.
Safe to say
At the
everyone
very
has
least.
their like squires off so they're not hearing this conversation. Is that a fair assumption?
Yes.
Cormac Squire died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
details.
Squire isn't even trusted by Rain yet. He's literally just tending to the horses at this point.
I'll come and break bread when I'm not. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going for a walk. I'll come back. Excuse me, Lord of wherever we are, Hertford. I'll be
There's
back.
no lord.
Carlos will turn to the others. Please, am I speaking such fallacies? Yeah, Elaine has
Carlos,
not. Elaine has not had any public legitimization, even if he is King Nanteleod's son.
Sir Carlos, your passions are ruling you in this moment. Allow us a moment for those of us with less warm blood to build our stamina back up for this argument that must take place.
Yes. I'd also like to hear from Rain. He's been awfully quiet.
I was waiting for those that were more vocal to settle a bit. I have spoken with King Leo de Grants. He is not going to be involved in our situation over there at all, because it is not his duty to. Not to mention there's the war up to the north, and he has to have his own men to take care of that at this point. As to the Kedrick and Elaine business, you all are aware of my personal issues with Kedrick. But speaking other than that, because I've already told him that I would not get in his way of keeping order, that does not necessarily mean that I support his claim to be a lord of the realm. I have had information before in conversations that I was told to keep secret that Elaine is in fact a son of Nanteleod. And this source is way above my station. Take that as you will. But I can tell you right now, I will not ride for Kedrick. And if I have to, I will stay with Leo de Grants and defend his lands. The only way I would ride with you is if you guys are going to keep order. I have my loyalty to you guys, and the only thing that's more important to me than you guys and our little order that we have is my family.
How is your family, by the way?
Grieving, as many families are. With Justin's death, and Diggit, as much as I have feuded with him, his family is caught up in the northern conflict. I have not been able to get up there. And I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to make it to this meeting because I had to seek counsel from King Leo de Grants, but I had made it. Leontis has been knighted as well after his duties in our last campaign. And he is currently taking over my duties while I am here. I would like to hear others' opinions on this situation. I think I have vocalized mine enough.
My brother has
There is a
sided.
third option, though.
Which one is that?
We dismiss them both and we just do order ourselves.
I do have the whole power situation to worry about, and even before that, I had tribesmen raiding the northern Breckenong.
Yes, that was something I forgot to mention as well. There is a upstart that is trying to claim territory near Orfois, where the castle was that I was tending and building.
And the Irish
So
are
the
killing
mountain people are
themselves
going
to
to
the
be
west.
issues.
But how about we see to this breaking of bread? A little bit of relaxation, as Cormac has suggested.
Perhaps for a few. Unfortunately, I do not have much time.
I think that's all of us.
Indeed.
Let me know when
So
you want me to come back in, but you guys keep talking.
Rain
Yeah,
would
so-
actually just start helping get everyone food.
there's no lord here, so it's like us just waltzing into the.
That's what I mean, though. Literally going and actually doing it. He's actually fetching food for everyone while you guys
Yeah,
discuss stuff because he said
it's
his
just like
piece.
I picture this as this hall is empty and it's just us, and it's
Yep.
back when we were all just like recently knighted, and we were like on that one table just under the salt.
Yep.
Or me on the floor with
Kind
the
of a
dogs.
throwback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, Gwydir returns and eats.
Yeah,
think he will
the
sing
local
a song.
like commoners have managed to keep the town in order, and they're super hospitable. As you're present, they prepare you foods and beds in the old manor, the unclaimed manor.
I think Gwydir will come back in, having cooled his head somewhere outside, and yeah, he'll sit down, have some wine and some food, and I think he'll sing a song, like maybe an old song of the swords of Nanteleod back from when we first started riding together and all those sorts of things, just to settle. And his goal is just to remind ourselves of the unity that we've all been upholding and living by for these last however long. But yeah, he'll just sing for a while in between mouthfuls of food.
I don't have anyone here other than commoners, so I'm gonna. If you hear me being silent, I am paying attention. I just don't want to interrupt.
No, you're okay. Yeah, it's fine. I assumed that was the case.
Carlos will stand up, actually. I would like to apologize. Maybe I acted rash at the beginning. It seems like all of us are preoccupied in our own noble obligations. I don't think any of us are likely in a state to be able to give any type of significant support to either side. So I think Sir Rain may speak some truth with mayhaps we should, as much as I don't like to say it, let this course play out. And let us make sure that it stays within a manageable margin at least, so as to not have footpads running throughout the realm unchecked. As what happened with my second squire, as you know that I only have one. He was taken recently by some common thugs.
Got kidnapped? Your squire got kidnapped, Collis.
Yes, he did. There was quite a lot of these brigands.
How many
It's
did you
fair.
kill?
I intimidated most of them and ran through them, but sadly my squire is not adept at being a quality horseman yet, so he was pulled off his horse.
That's embarrassing, isn't it?
For him, it is.
All right, anyway, squires aside and bandits and things. Listen, look, we want stability. We don't want to live in these chaotic lands. We've seen what happened to Logris through these years of kinglessness and anarchy and chaos. I just don't see why would be supporting something when there's a perfectly good path to stability and to moving forward from this fucking tragedy. We want stability. We don't want brigands. We want a king. We have one. If we all unite behind Elaine, Dubercus will acknowledge his inheritance. Sir Rain will speak for him. I will speak for him. And the problem goes away. Kedrick will not be able to summon the forces to resist whatever Dubercus has managed, plus those already loyal to Elaine, plus all of us. What benefit could Kedrick possibly offer that we couldn't get just by keeping things the way that they are? I don't understand why anybody would support him. He's not king. He's not the son of a king. He's just a steward. He just looks after numbers, and I can't even count.
He does far more than that behind the scenes. There's a reason why.
Exactly. He's a weasel
Do
more
not-
than anything else. You're right.
Serene, you said that someone had, or you have gathered information that someone of high value.
Someone of higher
knows.
station than myself has stated that Elaine was in fact Nanteleod's kid.
Do you mind sharing who this person is?
I cannot. I was sworn to secrecy.
Good for you, and also, maybe don't tell anybody here who's planning on trying to turn against the king. I can't believe we're even having this conversation. It's preposterous.
What's preposterous, Goodyear, is not that we are turning against the king. The king is dead. Elaine, though you have spoken with him, I don't trust Dubricus as far as I can see.
Well, neither do I, but it's not about that. Like,
It is. Dubricus is a lying weasel of a man who would do anything for power.
but Kedrick is not.
No, they both are, to be
They-
blunt.
Precisely. So we stick with what we know. We give the king his power back. We support him, and then through us and
And
through his own
then what?
wisdom,
Then
then we
what,
can deal with
Goodyear?
Dubricus again properly. We can deal with Dubricus. We can deal with Kedrick. But the more we split things up, the more likely it is that everything fucking shit.
I
Edric is a
believe that.
weasel. Yes. But
There's-
I'm sorry,
Go ahead, Cormac.
servant. But what happens when Elaine passes?
What do you mean? He's not just going to keel over for no reason.
The reason is he's still badly wounded.
I'll stay by his bed until he's back on his feet. I don't. Listen,
Are we sure he
if you're
will
worried,
be back on his feet?
what happens if Kedrick dies? Who cares what happens if somebody happens to randomly die or get assassinated? Choice is just about
That's
loyalty.
exactly the point, Goodyear. Regardless of who is in leadership at this point, it's gonna fall apart the minute anything happens to either one of them.
So we support the one that we can and we keep him alive. It's easy. Besides, it's irrelevant. I've already sworn to Elaine. So no way that I'm going to turn my back on that anyway. Sorry, I missed that.
Has he acknowledged you as his knight?
I don't know. We didn't do that on screen, Bob. But was he conscious?
Nope.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's like in and out of. They've got him on. I don't know what the milk of the poppy
Last
equivalent is here. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
He's out of it.
No, he was a little out of it at the time, but it doesn't matter. I swore it anyway. I don't care if he was here, if he was listening.
It's important for an oath.
As
No,
I
it
said
isn't.
before, I will support the swords, but my loyalties aren't to they're outside of my personal estate that I have there anymore. I've been under Leota grants for the last few years.
Carlos,
That-
cousin. What is your stake in all of this? You as well have no lands inside of Escavalon.
Yes.
We all have manners.
As King Nanteleod said, I am a part of the Kingdom of Logris, even though it is fragmented. But no matter who becomes king, they will not be my de jure ruler. So I have no stake in this. However, as King Nanteleod has given me the opportunity to rise through the ranks and to attain a baronship, and also to attain, well, loot and profit, I have some obligation to see his image and realm held up. Now, how that should be held up, I cannot say.
So why would
But
you
I
not
You're
would
damn
rather...
right to have an obligation. It's after everything
Well-
we've been through, everything that he's given us in return for our service, and you're just willing to throw it all away because Kedrick Weaselface thinks he's got a better claim, and Elaine maybe didn't come out as the right woman or something. It's just
Why would you not then support Elaine in his endeavors if you are so grateful to Nanteleod?
King Nanteleod had his weaknesses, such as not letting us know about this whole Elaine situation, which brings this into question about Elaine's legitimacy.
The king said what he needed to say to win wars, to secure support. He can't tell us every little thing that he's thinking about, particularly me, because I'll blab to some fool who's going to ruin the whole damn thing. Listen, I think that you're overstating your position in this whole thing. Our job is to serve and do what is required to support the king. It's not to know everything and to be. If you expect the king to tell every little thing that may or may not be interesting to you, it's not your place. It's not our place. Our place is to serve and fight for the king.
It's simple as there's no clear line of succession. There's apparently evidence of Elaine's claims, but Sir Rain here has sworn to secrecy, so I
It's
have
all
my
word of mouth.
doubts. And if any other usurper comes up saying that he might be a bastard born of Nanteleod in one of his many campaigns that we've been on, would you just support them blindly, Gwydir?
No, I wouldn't, because that's just some random chap coming in and making some shit up. This whole Elaine thing has been around for a very long. And the Archbishop himself, as much as I don't love him necessarily, and as much as he's willing to make things up, he's going to acknowledge his inheritance. And it's just.
Have you considered why Dubricus is so willing to do?
Maybe because he doesn't want the land to fall to shit either way. Listen, maybe he wants to remain the influential power behind the throne, but there has to be a fucking throne for him to do that. So maybe he's just trying to get ahead of the curve and make sure that the place is stable so that he can go back to his Weasley. Which is fine by me, because better the Weasley. Sir Rain, Sir Ru.
My biggest concern is that Elaine isn't able, it seems at this point, to publicly be seen and to be shown as the leader.
Oh, we'll be fine in a week.
We don't have necessarily a week, Gwydir. There are literally
Because he's having a
armies.
nap, we're just going to betray him to Kedrick of all people.
I would be more than happy to support him in some manner if he was able to be conscious enough to make decisions.
Gwydir, when did you last see Elaine?
I don't know, a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago?
It's been probably a week now.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave it like that anyway. He probably doesn't know what day it is.
That's what I mean. Yeah, so I was narrating
Yeah.
what's happening.
Thank you. Yeah.
And at that moment, he could not acknowledge you as his knight? And you expect him to be up and at him by now?
No, not by now. Listen, the longer we let it slide, the longer we don't declare publicly our support for the worse it's going to be. We just get ahead of the curve. For all of us, we get ahead of the curve. We unilaterally and unequivocally declare that we are the knights of the new king, Sir Elaine, and we leave it at that. Nobody will raise against us. Kedrick's weaseling will get him nowhere, because who's going to fight all with our combined might, plus Dubricus, plus Elaine's manors, which he'll inherited? It's very simple. We just support the king.
Kedrick already has families and houses siding with him.
Kedrick has allies already, who have already sided with him.
Fine. So we gather our own and we kill them all. Whatever. Just because he has support, it doesn't mean that we support him.
Are you listening to what you're suggesting?
I'm suggesting we support the king.
No, you're suggesting that those of us gathered here go out to fight our own people.
Listen, I'm not going to be attacking anybody who isn't betraying their oath.
With us.
The only people who are going to be killed are the ones who are choosing to fight against the king they swore to. I will not stand for that.
The king that we
They
swore
haven't
to is
sworn
dead.
to the king. The king has died. And the best
It's
we
the same
got
thing.
is a currently incapable, possible heir of a possible bastard relationship.
He's
Not that it
just
personally bothers
wounded.
me.
Who among us hasn't been laid low by the fortunes of battle? It doesn't mean that we're never going to recover. Look at you. You almost died just last year. You almost died this
Oh.
year.
Yes, I'm aware. That's partially why I'm concerned about this. I want to make sure that we're going to be able to do something about this.
Look, if Elaine dies because of some stroke of some fey creature infecting his wounds and he rots to death in his bed, then sure, we'll swear to whoever the fuck we like. But in the meantime, while he lives, we swear to the king. I need to go for a walk again. Gwydir takes some wine. He sort of half steps out of the room and then turns back and grabs like half a chicken and then goes.
Crane watches as Gwydir walks off again and then looks to the others. I feel for him, to be honest. I wish it was that straightforward, but I believe most of us don't have such a cut dry situation as that.
I am no longer able to carry a sword. I'm no longer able to fight.
This fucking guy.
But
And
there's
as
a
much
good
as-
man.
Shut up, Gwydir.
As much as
Shut up,
Escavalon
Fred.
is my homeland, currently outside of my holding there, that I have nothing tying me. My family is all gone,
And mine has sided with Kedrick.
and I'm currently a knight in service to King Leo de Grants. And he has graciously given me enough leave to put things in order and to meet with you guys. So I'm trying to do what I can, but unless the group can come to some sort of decision, I cannot stay here.
I'm afraid I can't side with Elaine. There's no clear information or evidence that he is the heir of Nanteleod. My family has already sided with Kedrick, and I have plenty of other problems to the north and west of Brecon to worry about.
That's understandable. I can understand that. Like I said, King Leo de Grants has a similar situation going on. And I will be needed there. In any case, we need some sort of formal decision here. Something's got to be done. I still think a third option's available, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be viable for Gwydir either.
We will fight and die with Elaine if that's what is in store for him.
All because of a rumor that, or courtroom gossip, damn it, that he is Nanteleod's son. But I love this order too much to fight against it. So I cannot side with Elaine, but I will not side with Kedrick of my own volition. I will ask Lady Helly if she will not side in this conflict, but if she does, then I will most likely not have a choice in the matter, and will likely side with whoever she does. I will do my best to not give the support to any contender, as we cannot agree on who is the most viable option and best for the realm. That's what it seems like.
I need more proof that Elaine is capable at this point. That is my biggest restriction at this point. I understand that we've all been wounded and bedridden before, but for him to not even be seen very often and such is strange, and I do not trust Dubricus, and I do not trust Kedrick either.
I have not had the issues with Kedrick that you have. But if you say that he is not to be trusted, then he is not to be trusted. I have had problems with the Archbishop. I have heard disturbing rumors of the validity of a So, until either I am healed or one of my kin steps up to take my place, I will do everything in my power to protect the very few who call me Lord. I may not be serving a king, but I am going to try to live by the example Nanteleod gave us. Being dedicated to our people, not to ourselves. Being dedicated to those who look up to us for protection, not looking to go out and conquer more. I invite each and every one of you to come visit. I invite each and every one of you to simply stay home and care for your people. But that is not our way.
I'm gonna get everyone here, so we'll leave Gwydir out of this roll for a second. Battle rules, please. Just as you're talking.
Oh boy. That's
Oh.
obvious.
Of course.
Oh no.
Yeah, the military leader is like, what? No.
He's too emotional right now. He's so passionate about this.
I think it makes sense that Cormac would be successful and so would Rune. Is I think as Cormac's talking, you realize Cormac especially and Gwydir to some degree are right in the hot zone of if there's a contest. If this leads to hot war, they're right in the thick of territory that would be considered either loyal to the crown or loyal to the barony of Cardiff. And I think Cormac's lands are like right in the middle of the two, closer to Cardiff. There's just that realization as he's mentioning I'd invite you. You realize that for some of you have the privilege, let's say, of deciding whether you participate. It's likely that Cormac is, even if he plays the neutrality card, he's likely to see some kind of warfare.
Yep.
And probably Gwydir.
If we call his brothers here to look for unity and strength, and we're not finding any of it, it seems like everyone's looking for neutrality. Although it pains me to say this, I will be marching alongside Kedrick. I will not see Escavalon fall and break apart and have other invaders take our lands as we did them. Even if he might be a weasel, he seems to have a stronger position, and if we can consolidate fast, we can make a proper defense against whoever tries to take our home. I will not stand by idly, as you all want to.
I do want to make it known that you are all welcome to visit my estate that is in Caroline if you are needed to. I have left the pagan knight that saved my life years ago in charge of its day-to-day while I'm currently attending my other duties. I will leave you all a letter saying that you have permission to stay there as needed. and I will visit as often as I can. As I said, though, my duties are to Leodegrants, so I may be busy in the north. It's the best
Whatever
I can
come,
offer right now.
whatever comes from this conflict, if there is even any, I ask that if I am to fall, that my family is tended to.
Serene, my home is likely to be a battleground soon. I will likely be sending them to you. Please look after my children and my wife.
It will be done.
And thank you for your hospitality.
If you need anything else, send a runner or a message, anything, and I'll do everything I can to aid any of you. I know this puts us all in a strange position, different sides possibly, but I'm not going to let the larger picture mess with the smaller picture that we have here with our group. We've been through too much for that.
All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? Gwydier kicks open the door and throws some chicken bones into wherever the rubbish goes.
And Rain will set out the letters that he had just spoken about.
I can't read.
It's fine. It's just to let you know that you can take hospitality in my estate in Caroline, regardless of how bad it gets. I'll try to visit, as I said, with the others as often as I can. But with Leo,
What?
the
You're
Grand,
standing out. You're just sitting out this whole thing.
I'm not. I'm going to aid you with whatever I can, but I have other duties to the north as well.
And who gave you those duties?
Leodegrants, my king.
It was Nanteleod who gave you them.
Nanteleod ordered me to serve Leodegrants. That was his last order to me. And Leodegrants is
All right,
still
fine.
alive.
Fair enough.
And Leodegrants is choosing to stay out. I would rather he get involved, but he will not. So I'm doing what I can at my level, at my station, to aid with whatever I can.
Okay, fine. So it's just the four of us then.
The three of you, Gwydier. I'm afraid that we might see each other on opposite sides of the field.
What do you mean? Why?
My family has sided with Kedrick.
You hate
We
your
need a-
family.
I love my family. I've died for my family. I charged headlong to perilous situations for my family and for that cousin of mine, that hothead that sits right there.
What about
And
Diggett? Isn't
you
he
all.
your family? You hated him, right?
That's
It
Rain.
was mine.
Oh, shit.
And as much as I feuded with him, I still loved him. He was still blood. He was just wrong.
And now he's right all of a sudden. I get it.
No, he's not, but he has family to the north that I still have to try to see if I can fetch before they get murdered mercilessly.
All right. Maybe I'll come speak to your family then, Saroon.
As long as it's not with a sword in hand, if I am not there.
No, look, I'm not saying I'm going to invade. Saroon, listen, I'm trying to do this so that we don't see each other on the other side of a battlefield.
You know what?
Maybe we could
Gwydier?
convince them. We could work together to convince them that they need to fight on the correct side. You can't just let yourself get drawn into this in a way that... Haven't you always been
did.
complaining about not having any choice in what goes on and being sent hither and thither by kings and such? Now you can choose your king, and you can choose to lead your family if you want to.
I'm choosing all of those. I'm not the head of the family, but I do like your idea. I'm not going to lie with you. I'd say that perhaps if Collis, the champion of Nanteleod, and myself were to visit my brother's estates, perhaps, but he seemed rather adamant on Kedrick.
Let's speak to him and see what happens. Look, I'm as keen to cross blades with any man as the next, but ideally we're not going to be fighting amongst ourselves like this. I want stability, and the only way to do that is to just take the obvious line of inheritance and keep it all going. And if they're trying to drag things the wrong way, I get the whole pagan thing. Dubricus told me about that,
What
and
if,
all these things.
what if, and this is, I guess, an olive branch, as the Swords of Nanteleod, we align with Elaine. We make sure that Dubricus holds no power over us. He gets into an unfortunate accident, and if Elaine is not
Pretty action storyline.
well of body, then we act as regents. And then we'll make sure that whoever is the best for the kingdom is installed.
That I can get behind. If you're going to make a plan to assassinate Dubricus, please just don't tell me about it. I'm too clumsy with things.
Unfortunate accident.
Stop telling me! Listen, Dubricus is... Look, I don't like him, clearly. He's been a real pain in my ass, frankly, but he's important. We do need him, or someone like him at least, one of those archbishop types, to acknowledge Elaine as the heir, to get the Christians to follow. And then...
Better men than him have died, and who better to acknowledge the next king of Escavalon than the Swords of Nanteleod themselves?
Look, I like the sentiment, but we do need to have some support from the... Look, if I've learned something over these years, it's that apparently people care about their religions a little bit. And he's influential. Look how much he's fucked me over. And I didn't even do anything wrong. So I just think that maybe we should respect his ability to influence people just a touch and maybe use him while we have him. Nonetheless, that's down the line. I like your plan, by and large. It's good enough. Let's go and do the thing. All right? We could ride there now. What's Hereford anyway? We'll ride there. We'll speak with your family. We'll bring us together. I don't want us to be at odds in all this.
I think you may have an idea, Saroon, cousin.
He's family. Look, you love him.
I think Sir Elaine needs influential men around him that aren't just the Archbishop and all his scheming.
Exactly. That's what I told Dubricus. I said, get out of my way, you fat bastard. You're not the king. Alan's the king. He needs us
Also,
by his side.
With us influential men around, that will give Sir Elaine at least a buffer to, one, become whole again, and two, for us to try and see exactly what is going on.
This is what I've been saying the whole time. I don't think I said it necessarily that well, but this is my point.
And if we do intend to influence the bishop, we can, because most pagan knights and country knights are siding with Kedrick, are they not? We
They
could
are
attempt to try and influence the bishop, or at least his lackeys, to leniency on the pagan religion in general, which would bring more pagans to our side.
Or we simply
That's
grab
right.
the next bishop in line, make him a puppet, and we play the strings. This is a different battle that we're fighting. It's just not meant to be dealt with swords.
The battle of minds, as well as swords.
I'm pretty happy with the sword part. So if you're doing any of the other business, just...
Your honor will stay intact with you. But at least in this path, we can all act in communion and unity to see our home
Good.
safe and a strong king be placed, even if it's not the high king that we all fought for.
You know what we need then? If we're going to go speak to your family and convince our fellow to join us, then we'll need a druid of some kind. Some kind of a good one of the archdruids or something like that. We should be able to find one. So I met one in the forest so long ago. If we bring somebody, a religious leader of the pagans.
I disagree with you. Paganism is very fragmented in general. We don't have a whole, leader. Of course, we have a group of druids.
Just an old man with a
but
beard. Like,
they either have influence or they do not. It's very hard to find that.
well, it'll help at least if we have somebody who knows a little more. If the whole thing's being broken on religious divides, then I'm a proud pagan, and I do want what's best for my people, and I don't think that's war.
Indeed. Cormac, do you think
Yes, my brother.
do you think you'll be able to find any information on Lubricus's little ears and eyes in the court?
That has always been your strong suit.
My family siding with Kedrick might bring problems if I turn up in Carline. I will try to get some things moving in that regard.
I will try.
Right, we'll all go try and find a beardy man of some kind, and I'll bring him
Yes.
to your family.
Or one of the seals that you like to fuck so much.
Actually, maybe bringing my lady along would be. She's literally a fae, so that may convince a couple of people. I'll bring her. And the beardy man.
Has she even begun talking to you again?
Look, she's not that capricious. We do love each
She
other.
left
despite
you.
that. She just went for a
Because
swim, Cormac. We
Nanteleod-
will do it.
She left you because Nanteleod said to marry this other woman.
We're just betrothed, and none of that's come to anything anyway. It's fine. It's all solved. I solved all that. We had a punch up about it in the swamp, Cormac. Don't you remember? It's all fine. Don't worry about all that.
Alice, I believe that your work would be getting Lady Helly, perhaps not in to the plan, but her forces. I can extend a letter to Shalane's to see if I can get his support as my sire. Rain, breaking your vow of secrecy would be rather nice to put Elaine's claim up there, but I will not force you to break your code of conduct. Or
If I did, Kedrick would be right when he called me an oath breaker. And I refuse to let that man be right.
fair enough. Perhaps convincing the source of this information to come out with it.
I wouldn't know where to find him at this point.
Lovely.
With that, Sir Collis will pull out his sword and he'll lay it on the table. For Elaine, then.
Woody will draw his sword and place it as well, crossing the tips.
We'll do the same.
All right.
Listen, the reason I don't have mine is because I gave mine up before the battle, and nobody gave it back to me after Finn died.
You know what? High or
working
low? High or low?
I'm gonna go high. Roll a 1.
Hey!
A rider. You hear them coming in at this point.
We have company. Sorry. We have company?
I figure they're garbed in. They're a young knight. They're garbed in the clothes of Escavalon, the heraldry of Escavalon. They don't look super familiar. You all can give me a heraldry test, though.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Got it.
Got it. Any crits? 8's pretty good. 8 is the best we got. Okay, so
Only the only success.
now I know what to get you guys with if I ever need to fail something. Holy crap!
I actually passed that a couple episodes ago, so
Right.
I'm happy with that.
Perhaps it's Collis, maybe a little bit more time in Summerland. You remember St. George? That was where Nanteleod had land inside Summerland, and that's where. Were you around to see the Crucified Knights? I can't remember if you saw that or not.
I think I was conquering like different manors somewhere
Okay.
else. I don't think I was there.
Perhaps it's just your familiarity with heraldry, because you're pretty decent at it. St. George, the heraldry involves both a dragon and a sword. Definitely a dragon, though. You see the small heraldry on him as well. So he's probably a knight assigned to St. George. And he has with him something wrapped in cloth. He approaches and he looks around at everyone.
Who the hell are you?
He looks to Cormac and Gwydir, uncertain. And he says, I'm going to give him a name real quick. Hold on. Kinfark. There we go. So
Those are a little bit weird.
yeah. So Kinfark says, I'm looking for Sir Cormac.
Oh, he's the smallest one.
He looks confused. And then looks over. I think Collis is the smallest, so I think he looks over at Collis a
Yeah.
second. But that doesn't read quite right because it's not the instructions he gave. So he looks back to Cormac and Gwydir, trying to figure out which.
Cormac is chuckling
Yeah.
after Rune said that.
He's the fat one over there.
Who are you calling fat?
You are quite big.
He's pretty large.
Yeah. He presents the sword that you gave Finn to you. And with a head bowed.
Oh shit, is that Finnegan's sword?
This
That
was
wasn't even his name, was it?
This was retrieved by a great ransom from the Wessex armies.
As he reaches out to take it, his hand is trembling.
Ron will give him a reassuring pat on the shoulder.
Yeah, same.
Sir Kinfark will bow and say, Sir Lucius Julius Julianus sends his regards and his sympathies. He is in St. George now if you wish to find him. And with
He's alive.
He was taken ransom. He was taken hostage by the King of Wessex.
How much?
He has been ransomed back.
He put all this effort in to bring the sword. You said at great ransom. What was the sword worth?
I don't believe it's my honor to say. But he will have trouble ahead.
Where is he? And other than St. George, is he free?
He is free.
But that sounds like about 5 librams worth of trouble to me. So, hold on a second. He'll tell Ethfrida to gather some money in a little pouch. Are you riding by yourself?
I am.
Are you good at it? Can I trust you to take this 5 libram and take it back to Sir Lucius?
You have my word.
Rain sets 5 libram down as well. He's 5 as well.
Tell him thanks and tell him that he should have fought better.
Yeah, I'll send 5 Libram to Lucius as well.
Okay.
And your Collis will put down 5.
God damn it.
And tell him not to be a stranger. Need that bastard.
And let him know he needs to keep salting his enemies' lands.
The Great Salt Knight.
I will relay these words.
Cormac's gonna go ahead and pull out 5 libram. And he's gonna place it in the young knight's hands. Tell Sir Lucius Julius Julianus that he has my loyalty. Anything he needs, I will be there.
I will share your words, Sir Cormac. He bows at that point, and then he'll step backwards and then turn to exit. And we just saw as the knights, other than Cormac, had set their swords out. Cormac realizing in that moment that he had no sword, and then one found him.
Maybe that eagle's not done after all, hey? Goody will just nod to the table, implying everyone else should put their sword down if they haven't.
What does Cormac do?
Cormac draws his sword, looks at it in his hand, and places it on the table.
All right. Every one of you roll a d4.
A D4?
One last campaign, brothers. One last campaign.
Raise your loyalty to the Swords of Nanteleod by that number. And change the name to Nanteleod's Legacy.
Nice.
Final drop.
That's dope.
All right, and with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and bring tonight to a close. And we will
Awesome.
resume with the rest of 508 the next time, which I think we're on for next week.
I am not here.
Okay, I will inform you that at most we'll see skirmishing this year. It's too late for armies to march. You won't be missing like some great war. You might be missing some great intrigue in that process. But we will carry your name forward, sir. I'm going to spare everyone having to do a shout out, but if you're watching, we have Yampa, Weregar, Drax, Bert, and Trent. We've been playing this game for just over a year, and we are nearing a good closure for at least this arc of the campaign. Maybe the campaign altogether, we'll find out as we discuss post-game. But yes, I'm Bob. We do Pendragon in 3 connected games, 3 days a week, on Sundays in Salisbury, Tuesdays in Summerland, and Fridays in Gales or Escavalon, as we know it better here. Make sure you join us if you like this, subscribe, and you'll get to see us. And if you're curious about our massive video library, you can check that out on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, is there anyone else I'm going to go ahead and raid out to somebody now. Just hold tight and we'll pass on the love. Thanks for sticking around, folks, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody. It was a good one.
Folks.
Bye.
By default, nights start at 21 with Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social